Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call to order the Village of Roscoe Board Meeting. It is 6:31. Shall we stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Beach,
Here.
Babcock,
Here.
Sima,
Here.
Wright,
Here.
Rhoda,
Here.
Gustafson.
Here.
Thank you.
Item 1, may I have a motion to approve the minutes from the December 2nd meeting?
So moved. Second.
Wright,
Yes.
Sima,
Yes.
Rhoda,
Yes.
me,
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next item, public comment. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to make public comment?
Yes.
Please stand and state your name or the clerk.
Over here, right here.
Wherever you live.
Retired Gunnery Sergeant Gillen Swan, 22-year Marine Corps.
One more time, please, first and last name, so she can get it in the minutes.
O. Gillen Swan, B-E-A-U-G-Y-L.
Say that again.
O. Gillen Swan.
Spell it for me, please.
G-Y-L-L-E-N-S-W-A-N.
Thank you.
I'm a 22-year retired vet from Marine Corps, disabled veteran, and moving around the country, around the world all these time. I chose to come back here to my family and relocate myself into a nice small rural town, raise my child before he graduates, and invested in this town. What I'm disturbed about, and I came down here and asked a couple of times about, is the double standard with enforcement of code in town. Seems like every time I turn around, I got hurt in April, was crushed in a machine, and I was down and out for 9 months. Just went back to work 2 weeks ago. I get dinged the first week I'm back at work for being in a code violation because my kids put a fence up for me, a little privacy fence up on the side of my house, because I kept getting turned in for a trailer being on the gravel. Didn't know that gravel was not an improved surface. I'm willing to understand and adjust my fire, put my stuff where I'm supposed to. But what I don't understand is when I turn the code, the paperwork in for the permit, I'm told that the type of material I put up or was put up needs to be painted a neutral color. Last I checked, I don't live in an HOA community. I pay taxes in this country. I've served this country. I got 3 Purple Hearts. I fought for you guys to be here tonight telling me what to do, and I'm fine with that. I'll abide by the rules and regulations that I'm told to. But as I asked the gentleman tonight when I came here, Joseph, I need to properly request a FOIA to see who's complaining so I can get myself into check and make sure that my properties are right. I'd like to know who my persecutor is that's telling me that I'm in the wrong, because it seems like every time I turn around the last 9 months, 10 months, I get poked in the eye. And so that usually is somebody complaining. My problem is, why am I being dictated? I have to paint my fence that's natural galvanized with a little bit of patina rust on it. That's natural from the elements of the earth. On a technicality, that has to be a solid color on a non-HOA property in a tax-paying community. If this is how veterans are treated, I'm sadly to say I agree with it, but if I have to comply tonight after I'm told to, I will. But I just want to make record that all grievances, I would like to have a written copy of any violations of codes and a printed off copy of the bystanders of the town, so I can abide by them and stay in my lane as I'm supposed to, so that I can go back to my 80-hour work week. I'm never here anyways, enjoy my house. And put my house in check. That's my question for tonight for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There was someone else. Yes, ma'am.
We're here about the dumpster order.
Name, please.
Terry Arnold, Michelle
Terry?
Smithy, Terry Arnold.
Jerry.
And you, madam?
Michelle Smithy.
Go ahead.
Okay. We were told that in order to have a dumpster behind our store, we own a business, that it has to be enclosed. Okay, well, the way our building is set up, if we enclose it, we are in the parking lot of the back of the store. So it's really almost impossible to enclose it where it's at. But for the last 2 years, we got permission through the winter, just the winter months, to put the dumpster right next to our dock, because our dock is up to my neck, so it's not like I can step down off it, you know. And this year they wouldn't approve it. And I have pictures, I want to show you what we're dealing with when we go to walk to our dumpster, if you'd like to see them. Because we have to, it's hard to explain, when you come out to our dock, you have to go down a long sidewalk, which goes down, and then across the parking lot to the dumpster that's already there provided by the landlord.
Do you want to know where your building is, just so they all
Oh,
know?
Pet
I
Center?
think that helps them.
Oh, it's the Pet Center.
Michelle's Pet Center.
And it's almost, if I show you these pictures, you could absolutely see, I already fell once trying to pull a garbage can all the way across the parking lot. Because it's snow 8 inches deep. The sidewalk is a solid sheet of ice, although we talked to the landlord, they're really good about salting it. But it drips and it rains and it just runs the salt down. There's no other way off that dock but that sidewalk.
So if I understand you correctly, your request is to do what you had been doing previously in the winter, and that's keeping your container close to the.
And then we have
back
to pick it up like end of March, beginning of April, because when the weather isn't bad, there's no problem with us walking across the parking lot. I mean, we're able, but not when it's like this. It's, you know, she can't do it. She's got rods in her back. She falls. She could be in a wheelchair for life. I'm 70 years old. And it's just, we just don't understand why we were able to do it the last 2 years. And then when we asked this year, it wasn't approved.
Thank you. We will investigate and get back to you about this, because it is my understanding. I have seen that I was acquainted with this a week or so ago, and I honestly believe it had been resolved so that you could continue this winter doing what you had been doing in the past. So I'll just say right now, we need to communicate with code enforcement about this.
Can we also show some pictures? We went around, I mean,
Those copies, can you leave them?
I can get
Yeah,
it.
that'd be great. Just leave the
They
pictures.
live with me, and then we'll pass them around.
Yeah, this is,
Yes, as I said,
okay, this is the snow picture, but I'm just gonna give you an example. I live in Wilmington. Now they've had a big dumpster in their driveway all summer, and then it's gone. Now they have a little one in the driveway, and all of these pictures are dumpsters with no enclosures.
McDonald's, post office.
So these are other.
Places that
These are
don't-
your.
Yeah, these are just ones where they're not enclosed.
Got
You know, did you want my phone number?
yes, I want you.
68815-623-6200, and then ask for Michelle. You can ask for Michelle or Terry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it, thank you.
Joseph, do you have the gentleman that spoke, his contact information, so we can follow up?
Is there anyone else who wishes to make comment? Anyone online? Okay, hearing that, moving on, under the president's report, may I have a motion for the approval nomination of Molly Butts to fill the vacancy in the office of village trustee?
So moved.
For a second.
Is there a second?
Ask again.
Is there a second?
And ask a third.
Is there a second?
The motion dies for lack of a second.
Gonna make a comment for that?
Go ahead.
How long have you been the municipal attorney?
Here,
A municipal attorney? 40 years.
okay, 35, maybe the first 5, I wasn't.
In all those situations, when a president or mayor has appointed somebody, have you ever seen it being not voted approved?
All due respect, trustee Babcock, I don't want to interject myself. I mean, it's happened to me on a few occasions where we've had a vacancy and the vacancy has been filled. May have been on the second round, it may have been on the first round. I can't say it's never happened, but it doesn't, in those 35 years, it's been fairly rare that we've had to fill seats. I've had trustees die, I've had a mayor pass away, I've had people move away. So it happens.
Well, I'd just like to make a statement to all of you present here. That we had a vacancy. President Guston appointed somebody, someone that I hardly know, someone I don't think she knew at all. A woman to fill a vacancy on this board. Previously, we had a woman on the board that did not run. So became its opening. And I believe that it's very disappointing that somebody, none of the current trustees on this board, including myself, volunteered. We were solicited, we ran because of an agenda. This person came in, submitted a letter, went to Hononegah High School, lived in the community for 26 years, explained herself, articulated, answered questions to everybody on this board. To my knowledge, I think everybody spoke to her, or at least got her number and called. She's not here represented, I think, because she's out of town. But I would like to go on the record that it's very disappointing that we, 5 white guys, can't select an articulate woman to fill a position on this board.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to move on to the next item in our agenda.
Can I make a comment? I only want to comment in that what's happened.
I'd like to comment, yeah, I'd like to process of how this is done is put on the record because there's something to go out of turn with that.
And there were 2 other candidates.
Okay, wait.
I simply wanted to discuss process. Right. What's happened tonight is a non-action. So the 30 days continues to run. And the 30 days will continue to run until January 4th. If there's no advice and consent from the corporate authorities, then we'll move on and the mayor can put a new name forward. And there'll be, once a new name's put forward, there'll be another 30 days. So that's process.
Going on to the next item on the agenda, we are here tonight to celebrate quite an accomplishment of our police department. We have with us tonight Joel Gibbons, who is a retired deputy chief, the Rockford Police Department, who is going to present an award to our department. But I first would like the chief or deputy chief to elaborate on the process you went through and the importance of this and who the point person was for all of this.
Yeah, I'll just, I know part of,
Go ahead.
Mr. Gibbons' speech,
We would.
it's going to include all that as well. So if it's okay, I'll let him speak first and
Certainly.
kind of explains the process and everything that he went through with us in order to check us on everything. And I'll follow that up. If there's anything that needs to be followed up on, and I am going to speak after him. So thank you.
Thank you. Man.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
All right, well, my name is Joel Gibbons, as stated earlier. And I did retire from the Rockford Police Department with 22 years service. And I got brought into this program as the ILA program, Illinois Law Enforcement Accreditation Program. It's a very, very stringent process that the agency has to go through to achieve this accomplishment. It starts with the file review. The file review starts with the accreditation manager, and that would have been Aaron Weber as their accreditation manager. They did tier 1. Okay, in tier 1, they had 69 standards that they had to achieve to meet what the Illinois chiefs of police said that they should be for best practices in the state of Illinois. Those standards, even though it says 69 standards, when you have a general order, there could be anywhere from 10 to 15 different things that fall into that one general order. And then you may have 110 through 120 that you have to look at for each one of those general orders. So that is a lot of work for the accreditation manager, and it is a lot of work for me because I have to read all that stuff. But it was absolutely wonderful. I was here for their first accreditation. And so it was an honor and a pleasure to come back to be here for their second accreditation. The file review was impeccable. All right. The file review started the agency off with a very, very positive outcome because Aaron and I had constant contact with each other, improving their, if there was something that in the files that didn't meet what the ILEAP standards should have been. It wasn't because they weren't doing it, it's because the wording or something like that had to be changed. All right. We want to ensure that they're only one of 70 in the whole state of Illinois right now that are accredited out of close to probably 750 agencies in Illinois. And so it is a tremendous thing for them to undertake this. All right. But the file review happens and then we schedule an on-site. And the on-site is where I come in and I actually see if they're actually doing what their general orders say they are doing. I do ride-alongs with officers. I talk to the chief. I talk to the village president. I talk to a lot of different members of the agency, and I cross-check their information to what their files say that they're doing. And I ensure that they're in compliance. We talk about use of force. We talk about pursuit policies. We talk about how they're treated on the agency. We talk about how they treat the community members and community policing. Community policing is one of the biggest aspects of this accreditation. How do you treat your citizens? How do you treat your citizens feel about you as an agency? And once we get done with that, I write an extensive report. Reports generally, I took about 70 photos when I was here. And those photos go into the report to represent what I saw. Some of the things like the internal files, the juvenile files, how are they kept or whatnot. We talk about the equipment in the cars. Do the officers have all the required equipment that they need to do their job successfully? Once I get done with compiling all that, I generate a report. That report ranges anywhere from 35 to 45 pages. And then it goes to the ILEAP Council. The ILEAP Council consists of the Illinois Chiefs of Police from various places throughout the state of Illinois. And they come together and they evaluate the report against the ILEAP standards. And then once that gets done, it gets, I missed a step in there. It goes to, I'm the state coordinator for ILEAP. And then I have a director, that's Jeff Hamer. That report that I generate goes to Jeff. He reviews it, and then he sends it to the ILEAP Council. Once ILEAP Council intervenes with it, then they review it, and then they tell Jeff that the agency was successful. This process takes almost a year to even get it really going. And so I will tell you that this agency is rock solid. They follow their policies and procedures. They're willing to take information from the citizens for improvement. I got a chance to talk to people when we were driving around, and they're waving and they're happy, and it was a very, very pleasant time for me to be in this agency. So that is pretty much the whole process. And once a report gets reviewed, Jeff notifies the agency, and then they end up receiving this beautiful plaque for their reaccreditation. Now, like I said, they were accredited the first time in 2021. I was actually the on-site accreditation person for that with Jeff Hamer. And then we brought in Jeff Oberts from Rockford Police Department, and we did the first accreditation. This one right here, Chief Hawley came through. he knew what it required, and he put the people in the right positions to accomplish this mission. So I'd like to congratulate Chief Holly and the Roscoe Police Department on everything that they have done to achieve this award.
That made me a little tired just talking or listening to that. That's why we had to go through.
Yes.
So, I just first of all want to thank retired Deputy Chief Joel Givens. To work with Joel is just an amazing thing. He's so helpful with everything they need. He's a straight upfront gentleman, and we appreciated him through this entire process because it is a very grueling process. So, I want to like to thank the police officers, all of our officers, men and women that serve under me, and what a great job they do. I think we have a great agency, and everybody that works for the agency, I think they just represent the village of Roscoe very well. And we work on trying to find that exact person when we are going through the testing process, to find the right people that fit with our agency. And I have to say, like, whether it's someone with 1 year on or, almost 20 years on, they do a great job. I want to thank my deputy chief, Tom Perone. He does a great job. You call him that he's second in line, but honestly, the amount of work that he does, sometimes probably feels like he should be the first line. So I want to thank the board. Without you, none of this is possible. The support that we get as an agency, whether it's the personnel, equipment, just the backing, everything we need in order to accomplish our goals and tasks. So I'm happy to accept this on behalf of the police department itself. However, I would like to recognize Sergeant Aaron Weber, because this whole thing was basically on his back. He was the administrative sergeant at the time, and he has to meet all these criteria. It's actually over. The process of reaccreditation takes about a year. However, we have to meet all these standards every single year, every single time a policy changes, every time, we sign paperwork for training or whatever it might be. He has to gather all that information every single year for 4 years until the accreditation happens. So you can come on up here, Sergeant Weber, and we have an accommodation for service to present to Sergeant Weber for the great job he did. So congratulations. Do you have any questions or
Speech.
speech? Didn't prepare a speech. He didn't know the staff name. No.
Yeah, you have done a tremendous job, and you volunteer for so many other things throughout the department and the village. We're just so very grateful for all of the endeavors and the morale that you guys have been able to build and sustain in the department. It shows in the quality of service and the accolades that are always bestowed upon your department. We are very, very proud that you are part of our organization. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, we would like to take a few minutes for a break, help yourself to some refreshments, congratulate people individually, take some photographs. Or am I premature? Did you have more to add?
No, I just want to say, if I could,
Certainly.
Chief Holly said, it's a 1 year process to get everything going once we start the application process. But they have to keep these standards for 4 years. They have to continue to do this, and the accreditation managers are always in contact with them. I've done now 22 accreditations since I took this position, and we're constantly in contact with each other to make sure that their policies and procedures are up to what Illinois State expects them to be.
Terrific. Thank you. Who's going to be the official photographer? Can we get? We'll get out of the way. Let's take a few minutes.
Okay.
We gotta do a little more. You guys go ahead. So, yeah. Well, get right in the middle here. This one's got pretty in this group.
Yeah. Great. Great job.
Only takes the senior. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. No problem. At least treating it yesterday. Years ago, we don't talk about that. I mean, a lot of them on Facebook. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You guys. You guys take that. Yeah. Have you really? They've already started. Good job.
Yeah.
I think you must suppress, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you working?
I got wrong.
Yeah.
There you go. So you're not twelve. Oh, you have to show me. It's also one of those.
Yes, he did.
You need to put on. Oh, the actual, I mean. Yes, yeah. I actually cost it. It's 40. Yeah. I went down and I saw it. Yeah. They got theirs. Exactly. I actually got to go see theirs. Yeah. This is a machine. Okay. This is my step man class. Yeah, we were 8 years ago. Yeah. So we already knew each other. But when he came on board, I knew that without a shadow of a doubt, he was going to be a section. Just you.
Sorry, Grandma.
Back and forth. Yeah.
I'll get a better smile that mom's camera. You can tell
It's like that. I know, but he was absolutely the right guy for the job. He gives many people probably. I'm not sure why.
Okay, I got it, so. Yeah, you guys are first. But I thought Jack would, Yeah, so. Yeah, it was easier. Yeah, I didn't know what, my report. Oh, my God, you look great. Part in there that I should be like the new chief or. I didn't make it. Cut that out.
Yeah, we have it every year. We got sport. It's a statute. Yeah, so we definitely have it.
Maybe I get within 600 yards of 64-year-old. Thanks for your help, man.
I asked her.
I suppose. That process.
Excellent work.
Yeah. There have been like one
It never. This is a machine right here.
And it's. Oh, so he's like. And that's. And you get it right. You're seeing the figures by the end. Now they don't. Now you're. I haven't ever. That's the debate. Like, no problem. Not against the claim, it's against the claim. There's nowhere, there's no way I'm gonna find you. Social field over there. That's what's gonna be. I know, I got, keep getting on him to shine those boots up.
You were parking on my. Dare you, dare you. He was on a car in a second. Oh, he said he was trying to. Yeah. It was nice to see you. Nice to see you. I don't even know. It's not just there. It's like one of those things. Yeah, and every year.
Abandoned property where you have. The land bank, and they give it back. One of the choices.
Thank God. You and I are same. Different opinions.
Are you coming back? Oh, good. I got you.
I'll accept.
Ready for the line?
Ready whenever you want.
Does any of them? We got what, 5 hours?
May I have your attention? We will reconvene. Let's go on to the ash report of the bills. Before you this evening.
Yes.
Total expenditures of $393,180.79. Payroll expenses of $120,783.65. Total general fund expenditures for your approval tonight of $513,964.44. May I have a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Second.
Simon,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Rhoda,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Mead.
Yes.
Thank you.
Under the consent agenda, item number. May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2025-25, amending chapter 22.
Excuse me one second. Under the bills as well, the MFT was a separate thing. I wasn't part of our total that we approved. Do we have to approve that?
It's on the schedule, it's on the, bill submitted for approval, it's on the bottom portion, so yes, when you approve the bills, you approve those,
Okay.
I just did not read the.
Okay, no, I was just looking at it, that first one we were looking at, it had a separate line item.
I apologize.
No problem.
But they are usually done in total, and I realize this is your first time you've seen the Morton salt.
It is.
And Morton salt, you didn't talk about that much.
That's how they pay for that big building in Chicago.
Yeah. Thank you for pointing out, I saw the expenditures for December. $25,025.73. Going back then to item 7, we have a motion to approve ordinance number 2025-25, amending chapter 22, article 1, section 2-121 related to the village administrator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Babcock,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Mead,
Yes.
Rhoda,
Yes.
Simon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Items 8, 9, and 10 are the necessary tasks that we do and items that have to be filed with the county clerk's office. So item number 8, is there a motion to approve ordinance 2025-26 establishing the 2025 property tax levy of $1,833,692.88.
So moved. Second.
Rhoda,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Thank you.
A little bit of clarification for number 9 and 10 for those of you who may not be familiar with this. When the village took out loans, it pledged dollars from the general fund to pay off principal and interest as opposed to levying an additional property tax. So what you do is the ordinance confirms that you're going to pay it in this particular way, that to abate the property tax. So item number 9, is there a motion to approve ordinance 2025-27, approving the abatement of the 2025 property tax levy for general obligation alternate bond series 2017?
So moved.
Second.
Simon,
Yes.
me,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Rhoda,
Yes.
Babcock.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item number 10, I have a motion to approve ordinance 2025-28, approving the abatement of the 2025 property tax levy for general obligation alternate bond series 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Me,
Yes.
Rhoda,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Thank you.
Under new business, may I have a motion to suspend the rules? The purpose, if we get this going, we can then facilitate the transfer documents and all that faster.
So moved. Second.
Suspending the rules to make this a final vote.
Wright,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Rhoda,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Thank you.
So may I have a motion to approve resolution 2025 R67, a resolution entering into an agreement with TKB Associates for the licensing, installation, and training for Laserfish Cloud Document Management System. This is a 3-year contract. In your documents, you'll see that the first year is $11,890. The second year, $7,920.70. And the third year, $8,158.35. Total then over the 3 years, $27,969.05. Having all of this facilitates better organization and retrieval of the multitude of documents. All you realize we are in a paper chase business. So there's a motion and a second. Questions? Vote, please.
Was this the only bidding company
The
for these services?
TKB is the only one that does Laserfish
They're regional. Their Laserfish has their consultants set up regionally. This is our sort of our regional Illinois and Wisconsin, this area. Right. That's the company that does is TKV Associates.
Okay.
But yeah, Laserfish is the system we've used for many, many years, and this is want to continue to use.
Okay.
So may I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Please.
Simon,
Yes.
Babcock,
Yes.
Rhoda,
Yes.
Mead,
Yes.
Lori.
Yes.
Thank you.
Questions and reports or items related to public improvements. Brandon, will you address those committee of the whole or you wish to now?
I can do that now.
Okay, thank you.
Joe, if you could pass, I think I have it's 9 there, so that should be enough. So following, as you guys know, we're currently developing our CIP. We finished our street study this year. The staff would like to get our annual residential road program for next year in the works as soon as possible. Fairgraham has been tasked with providing a proposal for those services, but before doing so, we just wanted to make sure that the board had an opportunity to see the official recommendations that we are bringing forward. So using the street study data that was collected this past summer and in talks with Troy Taylor, we have come up with a few different options for roadway improvements. If you recall, there's no exact science to how we select these roads. We take the pavement condition rating that was collected during the street study process. We look at how often the roads are traveled, how many vehicles they are being used on those roads. And then we also look at the proximity to either other improvements that we have done in the past or upcoming improvements to try to get ahead of the game. So with that, I just passed around a spreadsheet which gives you an estimated construction cost that does have 10% contingency built into it. And then an estimate on what the engineering design services, construction engineering services, and then materials testing to ensure that the contractor completes the project properly would be. So I have broken these down into roughly $250,000 increments, but then we also have some additional, there was talk at the last board meeting about potentially using an additional $300,000 in the capital funds to expand our residential road program. So with that, the roads that we have identified as the best candidates would be in the Crystal Hill subdivision. That is Leanna Drive, stretching from Roscoe Road all the way. I call it the dead end here, but essentially it's where Denali Heights picks up. So Crystal Hills, if you're not familiar with the subdivision, it primarily has 2 roads on each side that stretch north and south from Roscoe Road to Denali Heights. Back in 2021, I believe we improved the easternmost north-south road, the major cut-through route to Denali Heights. That was Lismore Road. And Leanna, which is on this sheet here, we have noticed pretty severe deterioration. We've had a decent amount of complaints from residents, and obviously, as you guys know, Denali Heights is under construction, and more houses are being put up. So we would like to improve that road as part of our package, essentially. We are then looking at the Saddle Club subdivision, which is Arena Drive, Equine Drive, and Saddle Club Drive. This is on the, guess it would be the northeastern side of town. They were old township roads, currently chip sealed roads. If you look at the pavement condition ratings, you'll see these are a little bit higher than what we would normally put in front of you for possible candidates. But we are having quite a few residents complain or tell us about the condition of the road. There's a lot of edge deterioration. And obviously, as you guys know, chip seal doesn't hold up as well as asphalt. So we are proposing to actually redo all of the roads in that subdivision. That way we could do some interim maintenance items, just repairing the sides of the road. But then we're going to be coming back in a few years to improve those roads essentially again. So we thought, Troy and I thought that these were good candidates to, one-stop shop, get them all done like we have in previous years, like Promontory Ridge, Hidden Creek Estates, Remington Creek. If we can, we'd like to replace all the roads in a subdivision if it meets the board's budget. And then finally, for additional consideration, this would be Hawks Point Trail. Hawks Point Trail, again, not in the worst of conditions comparatively to the rest of the roads in the village, but it is going to be a very highly traveled road. And if that road, if we get a lot of traffic, we don't improve that, that will deteriorate very quickly. We've already heard a lot of residents interested on when Hawks Point Trail, as part of Hawks Point Plat 5, the new development is going to be opened up. So we are anticipating a lot of people using this as a cut-through route, and we would like to improve that to current standards before we get all that traffic on it. So essentially, we're just looking for, the budget will be finalized as part of the budgeting process, but we're essentially looking for confirmation or approval that these roads are roads that you would be willing to support us bringing forward in a residential road program package.
Thank you. So we'll keep this for reference when we get to committee of the.
Any discussion or?
How about when we get to the committee of the whole and you're taking a look at what you want to do
Okay.
with the dollars and
That's
figure
fine.
out how many dollars? Attorney Green also has some remarks he wants to share.
Yeah, last meeting, we approved the extension of the state line fast pitch. At the time of the motion, it was requested that I talk to Dennis McKinney about providing some financial information ahead of sooner than the requirement in the contract for end of March. I did forward to him a copy of the resolution, which confirmed the extension of the contract. He said he would talk to his accountant, get back to me before the end of the month or right at the first of the year, see if they can get us some documentation regarding that. I'm not sure whether it'll be kind of an advance on what they'll produce at the end of March or whether it will go back to 2024. But I said, please get me something so that I can submit it to the village and we can get it distributed. So I have made that request. Okay.
Any other public comment from anyone in the audience?
Yes, Sharon Sima. I just want to take a few minutes to talk about hometown holiday. I would like to extend the sincerest gratitude to the many individuals who contributed to the success of this year's hometown holiday. This event was the result of more than 5 months of planning meetings, coordination, and dedication from volunteers, committee members, staff, sponsors, and board members. First, thank you to the volunteers and village board members who stepped up in bitter cold, especially trustee Dane Mead and Mike Sima, who braved the elements to assist with setup. A special thank you as well to Stacy Wright for her continued support to this event and Ray Kenyon for donating his time on the graphic design services used to produce brochures and posters. We are deeply grateful to our committee members and the important roles they played. Kelly Friedland, superintendent, for organizing the choirs and youth group participation, as well as staffing the indoor snowball fight. Sharon Hecox for providing the beautifully decorated and much welcomed heated SMTD shuttle. Doris Trapp and the Roscoe United Methodist Church for hosting choir performances and the indoor snowball fight. Bob Nowicki and Chuck Gilbert from Elevate 815 for providing a wide variety of children's activities at the fire station and helping coordinate high school volunteers. John Bergeron of the Harlem Roscoe Fire Department. Sam Hawley, Chief of Police, Village of Roscoe. Troy Taylor, Supervisor, Village of Roscoe Public Works Department. We would also like to recognize our village staff members whose behind the scenes work was critical to the event's success. Joe Kerlinkus, who assisted throughout the entire planning process and remained on site during the festivities and during the cold from start to finish. Ann Hansen, Janelle Redinger, and Emma Clausen for their support and coordination. Troy Taylor, John Dolly, Chris Roscott, Dylan Ross, and Darren Starnes from the Public Works Department for expediting logistics, setup, takedown, and ensuring the Christmas tree was lit despite the heavy snow in the Liberty lot. Sam Hawley for ensuring public safety by closing streets and stationing Detective Anya Pagorni and Sergeant Aaron Weber, who also endured the bitter cold. We are sincerely thankful for the generosity of our sponsors, SMTD for the Christmas shuttle, Williams Tree Farm for the Christmas trees, Elevate 815 for the children's activities, Members Alliance Credit Union for Santa Claus, Jim Blevins State Farm for Mount Crumpet, Maintain Your Smile for the indoor snowball fight, Stillman Bank for Sunshine Farms, detail guys for the s'mores station, as well as First Community Credit Union, Linked, and R&L Ceramics. Finally, I would like to offer our deepest and most sincere thanks to Trustee Mike Wright, our volunteer committee chair. Mike's commitment to Hometown Holiday goes far beyond what is asked or expected. He donated countless hours of his personal time to this event from start to finish, overseeing every detail with care, patience, and genuine passion for our community. Mike personally recruited food and drink vendors, including Mary's Market, Sebastian's, and Poison Ivy, organized youth groups to staff the s'mores and hot chocolate stations, secured fire pits and s'mores supplies through Go Rockford, and worked tirelessly to collect more than $3,000 in location sponsorships and donations, helping offset the cost to the village. He also brought fresh ideas and new attractions such as Mount Crumpet to draw new visitors and keep the event growing. Despite difficult weather conditions over the past 2 years, Mike never lost sight of the goal, creating a welcoming, festive, and memorable experience for families and visitors. His leadership, creativity, and unwavering dedication have played a major role in the continued success and improvement of Hometown Holiday year after year. The village is incredibly grateful for his service, his time, and his heart for this community. This event truly reflects the spirit of Roscoe, and it would not be possible without the dedication, generosity, and teamwork of everyone involved. Thank you all for making Hometown Holiday a success. Thank you.
There is no need for an executive session. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.